Hello, my name is Raymond Garchevsky, and I am a living Christ. The message I have for you today is living Christ's message to all Christians and to the world. I am the truth, life, and the way. That simple statement was the very key to freedom, to love, and to harmony for all of humanity. It is the very essence of God, infinite intelligence, which is present in every one of you whom this message is being addressed to. Yes, every one of you. Why then is our civilized world in such shambles? Simply stated, you and I were born into this world. And it is presently, it always has been, under the fictional spell, and is being administered by and under the rule of Satanic Mind Control, the intellectual mind control that we are all susceptible to. It exists only within each of your own consciousness, and with your own consent. I am a living Christ, a sovereign, a living man. You, most of you, on the other hand, are persons. You regard yourselves as persons. You're slaves. You are merely a fiction. What makes the difference? You see, you and I live in this world, yet only those of you who have willingly adapted yourselves to it have sold your souls in return for such artificial and fictional, mind-controlling reality. Only you are of that world. That was the meaning of this simple statement of another Christ. One such man of truth, a simple man, who uttered such indisputable truth some 2,000 years ago. You, all of you who consider yourselves to be civilized and religious, you've all been living a lie, a fiction, an artificial reality. You have been living it all of your lives, most of you from birth, and some of you since the time that you were converted from one fiction to another, and you continue to live in such fictionally illusory-based illusions of truth to the present day. It is that fiction which lies at the base of and accounts for the present worldly state of conditioned insanity. You see it in the wars, the inequality of classes, the tyranny, the insanity of presidential election campaigns, and the religious hypocrisy which soothes the brutality of political violence with a soothing velvet glove. It is an absolute fact that most of you live in this fiction of your own making. You all believe it to be true, and thus you create your own world of hell. We human beings find ourselves standing at a spiritual crossroads today. Will it be the satanic state of the New World Order, or the liberating insights which accompany and usher in the second coming of Christ consciousness, the holistic consciousness of truth, which has always been the God-given gift of Christ consciousness of all living men and women. Truth is the state of consciousness that is solely reserved only for living men and women. Fiction is the ruling reality of the idea of truth, which is reserved for the living dead. To help you in your decision of whether to continue in your present state of consciousness or to change your lives at the fundamental level of consciousness, you may start with this Living Christ's YouTube videos at arkenterprises.com/index.html # with a capital G. You'll find it with its 236 videos. Now, it may seem to be a formidable task, but consider them alongside the 2,000 years of conditioning that you have been subjected to, and which currently form your present satanic view of Christianity and other fictional belief-based indoctrinations. Pay particular attention to the absence of views to such monumental truth expressed by this living Christ. I have broken the spell, have exposed the hoax of satanic mind control over mankind, civilized mankind, since the beginning of time, and yet the news media does not consider that newsworthy. They keep this living Christ in a cocoon of isolation. They will not mention his existence. They will not expose him as a fraud, for they cannot, and that is why they isolate the news of this existence of this Christ. That is what must be understood. They control you through a stone wall of silence when it comes to the living truth of such a man. I have challenged them to investigate fully the existence of this Christ and of the contents of his truth, and they have refused. 60 Minutes has told me not to send them any more information. I have been banned repeatedly from other news media. Most recently, I have sent an article to Fox News, yet there has been no response to that. You see? This living Christ is one that they do not want you to even know exists. For if you were exposed to the truth of this simple man, life in this civilized world would change. And this is what I say to you when I say to break free to spiritual sovereignty, or to remain as slaves to your present satanic mind control is the only decision that awaits your action. And only you can make that, for it is your call. May I suggest to you that what I have said to you is absolute truth. without reservation. Who can make such a statement? Should that not be enough to at least pique your interest in understanding why you live your lives as slaves to ideas that others inculcate into you? The time to break free is now. If not now, when?